All right, let's go ahead and basic here. All right, Mega Sentinel's dead. Nimrod falls over. Oh, the whore. The whore on this one. Oh my god. This is terrible. How's it going, everybody? This is Seer here, and we have our round 3 match of Cosmic Crucible, and we are going against Ironing Man. And as you see, I did end up surviving the horrific Crucible I had yesterday. It was a lot of fun though, so no hate there. Ironing Man is 218 million TCP, so this is a pretty decent punch up, but with the U32, it doesn't really matter as much. So they have a very interesting defense, and somebody in chat brought something up, which I actually kind of forgot or don't remember at all. So they have Orcus with Super Scroll in 1, and Sentinel, if they have 3 or more Orcus allies, the enemy cannot spawn with Death Proof. So even if I go in with any strikers, I'm not getting Death Proof, and that Omega Sentinel will just one-shot me with her being a striker. Same with Nimrod in here, that we have Pretons and Scientist Supreme and Sentinel. Very interesting. I actually like this a lot. Stage 2, we have Wanda's Revenge. We have a Gladiator in here, so that way they're going to get the Preton. We got the Revive once in Dorm. And then in 3, we have Illuminati, Odin, and Null. So we do have to use our Starjammers. So we're going to use the best SAC team in the game and throw Starjammers at Stage 3. Then we're going for the cleanup on that one. I'll try to figure out 1 and 2 as we go along. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, we're going into Stage 3 at the start of this. We're going to end up using our Starjammers into the Odinati with Null. So I'm going to call this the Keonati. Somebody mentioned that in my Discord. I like it, so I'm stealing it. So Keonati it is. Basically, what our plan is, we're going to end up going all in on Null. We're going to get him killed off. From there, the Battlefield effect is probably going to end up coming into play. I just want to try to do as much damage as I can. Hopefully I can pull Odin's ultimate. I don't think I'll make it that far though. So let's go ahead and see what happens here. All right, so we're going to end up ulting into Null. That did get resist. I should have made him a skirmisher there. Let's go ahead and basic. Get the striker shot. And attack primary. Hunt. Yeah, let's go ahead and special. Get the taunt on Groot. We're going to special with Lilandra here. Get a rebound chain. Go back into Null. Nope, he ended up surviving that one. All right, special with Groot. That's going to call the assistant. All right, so there goes Null. The cleanup's going to become a whole lot easier because of that. All right, so we got the trauma out there. Charges are on Odin. All right, so now the Battlefield effect is in play. He's got 4 charges. Let's go ahead and special with Gladiator. This probably end up killing us with the Battlefield effect right there. Yep. Come back to life. Hey, there we go. Let's go ahead and base. I got a little bit more damage in Captain Britain. And that pushed them. Okay. All right. So we kind of discussed with chat what's the best route for this, because I have Phoenix Force on defense and I want to kind of do some experimenting. So Odin right now has about 3 charges. He's G20. So we're gonna end up doing our Mephisto, Black Knight, APOC as the trio. I'm adding an Iron Patriot who's going to give the extra damage out there. Echo to kind of stop any assist on here. I'm hoping to try to take this Odin out as fast as possible because they don't have a pre-taunt anymore. So let's go ahead and see if I can get this kill. All right, so we're going to target Odin, empower basic into him. There's a striker shot, walking right into the ult. We didn't die from the ult, so that's always progress. All right, so Black Knight's just going to take this beating, and then we're going to take out this Odin. All right, let's go ahead and this is going to do 300% bleeds, defense down, rebound, so it's about 600 damage. This is 300 clear. Disrupt is bad. think I want a basic on this one. This sets a mind control though, so I have a Black Knight left. Basic bounce. I'm thinking basic, but special. Special does the mind control. That's what I'm looking at. Let's do the special. Just try to get him killed. Alright, that got it. Didn't need the mind control. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's ult here. We're not going to get the turn meter, but we're going to be prepped for the Falcon Punch if anybody survives. He was blinded. Oh well. Alright, let's special here. Alright, Black Panther Shuri decided to lay down. Alright, so this definitely worked. Not terrible. Not terrible at all. Just had to use Starjammers as the sack team. Cool. Alright, we're going into stage 1. What we're going to end up using is Kahori and Medusa as a duo. I just want Kahori to kind of pop off. Medusa's going to stop the death proofs. Now, even if we did make anybody strikers, Sentinel's passive is going to make it where we don't get any death proofs on spawn, so don't use strikers in here. Really smart play for that. We have Kestrel to stop the Sentinel bot from coming down. Then I'm going to have Dorman here as an insurance policy, and I'm putting Super Scroll in here because how many buffs they have, so Super Scroll can pop off as well. I need to try to get to the Omega Sentinel and Nimrod as fast as possible, because they are strikers. If they take a turn, that could basically wipe me out. Let's go in and see what happens. Yeah, I'll just eat the pings and see what happens, Cam. We will see if I mess up with that. Alright, so Sentinel bot basically stops. We're going to end up doing a basic into the Scientist Supreme. That's the word. Alright, basic into Sentinel. Over here, he still has the taunt. Let's go ahead and basic. Try to chain across. Alright, so there's the Sentinel going into me. That's fine. Alright, so now we get a pop off. Let's go ahead, target here in special for a little bit of a turn meter rewind. Alright, so there's the ult from Omega Sentinel. That's something I was worried about. And Sentinel's popping off on me now. Alright, so let's go ahead and ult with Super Scroll. Alright, so special here. Hopefully I end up surviving this, because I'm getting wrecked right now. Alright, they're starting to fall over a little bit. Super Scroll pops off ults. Alright, let's go ahead and basic here. Alright, Mega Sentinel's dead. Nimrod falls over. Oh, the whore. The whore on this one, oh my god. This is terrible. Alright, let's see, can we survive this? Let's go ahead and special into Scientist Supreme. Oh, there goes my Kahori. Alright, let's go ahead and I'm just gonna chain across here. Alright. Sentinels. Death by Sentinels, apparently. Alright, let's basic here. Oh, look, Omega Sentinel's back somehow. And Scientist Supreme. When did they come back? They died. Didn't they die? Well, that's gonna be terrible. Alright, we're going in for the cleanup in here. So we have Ares to stop the safeguard. We have basically Night Stalkers. If they end up getting this slow, that's going to get flipped by Blade. Moon Knight's going to end up ulting to flip everything. Let's see if this one actually plays out decent. Let's go in. Yeah. Alright, so there's the ult, there's the flips. We're going to ult here. And rewind there. That's actually fine. Let's go ahead and ult here. All right, there goes the Sentinel. Oh, another ult from Omega. That's going to hurt. Yup. She is not a nice person. Let's go ahead and special here. All right, special again. Hopefully, I'd try to kill Super Scroll. All right, so he bled out. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and ult. All right, basic here. Hopefully, she dies. There she goes. All right, how many death proofs? 3 death proofs to try to get through on Omega Sentinel. And, of course, she always comes back to life. So, we got to kill her about 5 times, I'm guessing. Let's find out. Special here. There's a slow. At least that's permakill, but can I get through the death proofs? No, I did not get through the death proofs. Please die. Please die. Hey, she stayed dead. Okay, that worked. All right, for stage 2, we're going to end up using the Immortal X-Men into Wanda's Revenge. They have Dorm for the revive, so I need to really bank into Storm getting the permakills in here. And then there's the pre-taunt, which Immortal X-Men ends up ignoring because of Jean. So we should be able to take this one out fairly well. Let's find out. All right, let's go ahead and get the stun into Wanda. I don't want to deal with her pings. Go ahead and special. We're going to get the striker shot into Agatha. All right, let's go ahead and special into Invisible Woman. All right, let's bring everybody over here. There goes Dorm. Turn me to rewind. There goes 1 life on Agatha. I didn't want to kill her. That's not good. All right, so we didn't get stunned. That's good. Worried about that one. All right, let's go ahead and ult here. Agatha survived. Let's try to take out Agatha. All right, let's go ahead and get some buffs up. And let's go ahead and basic there. All right. So now we need to try to kill this gladiator before we end up getting max health bled out over here. All right, so there's a little bit of a heal. We're at about half health. Gladiator just sucks the efficiency out of this one. Yeah, I should have ability blocked Gladiator there. But Ironing Man did get his attacks, and it looks like he got the victory. We both ended up dropping those 2 matches. That stage 1 definitely threw me off on this one. So as far as the attacks goes, in stage 1, I tried using Kahori, Kestrel, Medusa, Super Skrull, and Dorm. This was brutal, and I might actually end up start using this one, especially when Season 14 starts up. So I went back in with Night Stalker's Ares. I was able to get the clear on this after that happened. I was just afraid to use this one as the initial shot just because of the damage that Omega Sentinel and Nimrod would end up bringing, possibly one shot of my entire team. So that's kind of why I went with this route first. For stage 2, I did the Immortal X-Men, got me terrible efficiency with an 85-47. And stage 3, we got the 2-shot in here. Starjammers for the burn attack. Then APOC, Mephisto, Black Knight, Iron Patriot. Echo did nothing in here. She got killed off right when Odin took his ultimate for 83-57. For stage 1 defense, they end up using Starjammers into my Illuminati Shadow King Thanos endgame. And I was able to take out Havoc and Lilandra. I'm curious how the rest of this ended up going. They got an 85-56. Stage 2, they did the Immortal X-Men. Terrible efficiency again with the 85-54. This is my Wanda's Revenge team with Agatha. And stage 3, they end up using Phoenix Force, Ares, Black Knight, Old Man Logan. They backed out. Then they went in with Kahori, Ancient One, APOC, Thanos, Endgame, New Emma. They were able to take out Null, Phoenix, Cap Sam. They got Omega Red, Phoenix Force pretty low, and Odin pretty low. Then they did a cleanup using their Phoenix Force, Mephisto, Black Knight, Old Man Logan. Let's go ahead and watch this replay. I'm really curious how this one ended up playing out, because this defense gave me a lot of issues yesterday, and this came from Zero's mind. So you kind of know it's pretty twisted in there. So let's go ahead and see what happens. So Kahori, she does her passive shot. That did some pretty good damage into Null. Going into Cap Sam because of the taunt now. APOC does the ultimate. Gets the striker shot. So right now, they're doing 50% less damage because they haven't taken a turn. So now Odin's going. He does the special. So now they can start taking the damage into Null. So New Emma does the mind control into Null right here. Ancient One does the flips with the special. Thanos Endgame does the ultimate because of... How did he get the ultimate right away? He should have done the special. Okay, so Falcon Punch going... Well, no Falcon Punch because of the Null. Odin does the ultimate to clear everything, but that's a very, very manageable cleanup for sure. This is really cool. Good job on that one, Ironing Man. So I almost called you Iron Patriot, but very, very slick hit into that one. I want to see how the Starjammers does into the stage 1. So we have the Illuminati, we have Shadow King, Thanos Endgame in here, and Starjammers almost failed it. I want to see if Shadow King actually does anything in here, or if I need to maybe swap him out with somebody else. So that's what I'm looking for on this one. So this is kind of how I go through and analyze what changes I need to make my defense, see what they used, how easy it was. So they just deleted those characters off right away. So they made these characters strikers, I believe. So now they're going to end up pushing Thanos Endgame. He does the ultimate, and that basically seals the deal. Got it. Hey, we got a little guest in here. How's it going, little man? All right, well, if you guys did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.